Hello, my friends. How you doing? I'm David Burns. Good to be with you. Thanks for stopping by my beekeeping channel here. How's your day going? Are you doing okay? Holiday seasons are kind of stressful, but I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. I want to talk to you today about some things you can be looking forward to spending your winter. I know you'd rather be out there working bees like I would be too, right? It's cold. I mean, today, 17 degrees with a strong chill factor somewhere way down there. But anyway, we're making it through this tough winter time, and I know it's not fun for a lot of you. I want to share with you 6 things today that really keeps me pumped and excited about beekeeping. Number one, I have a love for bees. Now, relate this to you, maybe. I know you do too. We love our bees. It's just fun watching them. It's fun learning about them, growing. I've been doing a whole series of reading frames, how to identify problems or good things in a hive. So just loving bees enough to learn more about bees is so important. The second thing is to develop and increase and improve your skills in beekeeping. There's so many parts of beekeeping that are so fun. There are so many things about beekeeping that you're learning, that I'm learning every day, new skills that we kind of figure out how to handle frames better, how to make splits better, how we can prepare our bees better for winter, how we can raise queens, how we can make more honey. All those involve so many different skill sets. And it's fun to learn skills. Maybe you can take a college course in beekeeping. Maybe your local club has some good courses you can take. Go to conferences. We've got a great conference coming up, and I think tickets are still for sale at the North American Honeybee Expo, Louisville, Kentucky. I'm speaking there with all the other content creators in beekeeping. We're going to have a great time. Over 3,000 beekeepers gathered together, and literally just vendor after vendor. So follow this link here if you want to be at this conference. Great way to learn more on honeybee education. Listen, you don't want to grow old, do you? I mean, look at me. I'm growing old right in front of you. If you look at my old videos from 2008, I look like a boy that became an old man. But you got to stay busy. You got to stay active. It's going to keep us young. We might look old on the outside, but hey, we're young on the inside when we continue to develop skills and we just put ourselves out there when sometimes it's not always comfortable. And I think that's the key to not growing old. It's sometimes getting out of your comfort zone and doing things that are they push you a little bit. I really think the sense of adventure, a little bit of fear in your life keeps you young. And you don't want to do stuff that's stupid, but I'm just saying sometimes starting out a new project or a new hobby like beekeeping, you might be a little scared. You might be a little adventurous. I think it's going to keep you young. The next thing that I like to think about, the third thing, is practice. Now, by practice, I mean like a physician or a lawyer, they have a practice. They have an art, they have a type of skill, an intellect that they're practicing. Our practice is beekeeping. That's sort of our art. It's what we do. It's our practice. We work at it, we learn, we grow, and it's something that it really does captivate us. We learn about new things about beekeeping every day almost, it seems like. So when we can practice that art, that hobby of beekeeping, it's important that we put more into it. It means that we are investing of our knowledge, of our time, of ourselves into beekeeping because it's our practice. The fourth thing that I get excited about is the energy. It takes a lot of energy to be a beekeeper. It takes physical energy and it takes mental energy. Mental energy, wow, I think it takes more mental energy, don't you, to be a beekeeper than it takes physical energy. I know sometimes we're out there and we're having to move supers and deep boxes full of honey around, and it gets pretty exhausting physically. The old back starts to tell us sometimes, doesn't it? But I'm talking about, wow, I think being out there mentally, being aware of what you're seeing and using your brain, thinking with your mind to determine what is this and what do I need to do about it? How much of this feed should I give my bees, and how do I get them through the winter? It takes so much mental energy. And the more we have a base knowledge of beekeeping, the more we realize we have a lot more to learn as well. And so we spend a lot of mental energy learning about bees. When you watch my videos, like if you just watched one of the recent ones where I talked about American foul brood, how to identify it, it takes a lot of mental energy for you to write down, take notes of the symptoms of American foul brood, a very deadly disease. But it takes a lot of mental energy to kind of open up your hive, do an inspection in the bee season, and start looking for perforated brood, looking for greasy brood, looking for pupa that's hard scales in your comb or something. It takes a lot of work to do that mentally, not physically, but mentally. It takes a lot of work mentally just to see, is the honey ready? Are you going to use a refractometer? Is it 18% moisture level or less? takes a lot of mental energy. And of course, we won't even get into Mite Control. That's a mental game right there, battling mites, small honey beetle. But listen, don't be overwhelmed by the amount of physical and mental energy that you're going to exert in order to keep healthy bees, because it's good for us. We need to have our minds exercised. When I was a kid, I remember watching maybe my grandfolks, I'd watch them sit around, and gosh, I thought they were 400 years old because they would sit in chairs, they'd sit in rockers, they would play, they would have little games out of the newspaper or Reader's Digest, little jigsaw things, crossword puzzles. They'd do crossword puzzles or jigsaw puzzles all day, didn't have much going on. They looked ancient. You know, after I got a little bit older, I realized they were the age I am now. They were just sitting around doing nothing. And I'm like, whoa, I'm very active for my age. And I think all of us can be. Beekeeping really does allow us to be physically energetic and excited and get out there outdoors. And it allows us to use our mental capacities rather than, not that putting, jigsaw puzzles together is not a good hobby, but instead of just letting us sit around all day and do things that is too sedentary, we're out there in a bee suit. We're out there walking around, carrying stuff, staying active. I'm just saying that's really good for us to use mental energy, physical energy. And then let me tell you about how important it is that we are passionate about something. It's really good for us to have passion, to really be passionate about a hobby, or maybe it's a job for you. Maybe it's a sideline job of beekeeping. Is huge. Passionate. And you can see it in me. I'm passionate about honeybees. I'm passionate about educating you guys. And thanks for signing up to receive my YouTube channel here by subscribing. I appreciate it so much. And when you subscribe, you're getting me. You're subscribing to my abilities that I've worked so hard for nearly 30 years in beekeeping to now tell you what I've learned and the mistakes that I've made so you can avoid those mistakes. So I'm passionate, and I love being passionate. I get excited. Somebody asks me about bees, I can talk for hours about bees because I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about a lot of other things, don't get me wrong, but we all need to be passionate. We need to have something that really gets us up in the morning and causes us to want to do more research or go out there and watch them. So it's important, I think, for all of us to really enjoy having a passion. And finally, we all need a sense of excitement. Now, I know when we're young, we get excited about everything. We can get excited about birthdays. We can get excited about Christmas coming. We get excited about just getting a new bike or stuff like that. Well, when you get older, sometimes you lose your sense of excitement. It's almost like you've done it all. What else can I get excited about? Oh, don't think that way at all. Don't let that old man in. Come on, be young, get excited, get pumped up. Beekeeping can get us really excited. And I love every winter just going through my mind, sitting down and saying, what is it about beekeeping that I want to do this next year that can really get me excited? For those of you that have never raised queens, you could get excited about learning to raise queens. I've got a booklet that John, my friend John, and I wrote, and I'll make that available in the description below. But this booklet is available for you to just peruse through all winter long and learn more about how you can raise queens for yourself or maybe a sideline business next season. You might want to make some nucleuses that you can sell to people. You might want to, just sell queens. I don't know, you may want to sell some more honey. But there's always a sense of excitement that you can get involved in bees. Maybe some of you want to continue to explore bee biology and go back to school and learn to be a biologist and learn about becoming an entomologist or something in beekeeping, but get excited about beekeeping. Finally, after years and years of being a beekeeper, you're going to gain experience. So these are the things that you need to improve your skill as a beekeeper. So if you're thinking about keeping bees for the first time in the spring, I got a video just for you, how to start beekeeping. I'll see you over there.